Wow, you made it in there fast. There was no delay. What is crazy with that? Hi, Overlord. How are you doing tonight? And hello, everybody else who comes in and who might be here and who's watching later on. Oh, it is going to be a nice evening. We have got a surprise for the secret prompts, and Overlord is echoing themselves. Hello, 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 Overlord. And let me see. Oh, we've got some incredible, we have 4 poems, I think, that responded to last night's prompts. And then we're going to move into 20-something poems, incredible poems. Everything tonight is going to be, oh, I'm excited to read tonight. I am excited to read tonight. So with that in mind, Leslie, hello, you beautiful owl, you. How are you? Leslie wrote an amazing poem for tonight. Cannot wait. My face is underneath the chat. I think I have my phone too high. How did I do that? Let's see. Bring it down. It's a little bit better. I've got to figure out a better scenario. If I have my phone lower, it's in front of my monitor and I can't read. But it's too high for YouTube. It is too high for YouTube. So I've got to figure out a new way to do it, or I have to move to a different room. It does not, my desk is not set up for this situation. So we'll see. We'll see. I apologize for speaking inside your chat. It just doesn't do right, does it? I guess I could sit on a phone book. You're tired but happy. Well, I hope you ended up having a good weekend. I hope you ended up having a really good weekend, Leslie. Oh, guys, we have some exciting news tonight, because we are changing how we go about doing the secret prompts. We are aware, well, we're trying. We're running an experiment. Ooh, experimental poetry. We're running an experiment so that we can see if it works or not. We know that it is hard for people to make time to sit aside and do anything that they want, really. Life's really busy, work, job, kids. And so we're trying to make it so that people who want to participate in the secret prompts can, without having to spend too much time, but they still have to put the effort in to do it. It's trying to find that balance, right? Oh, I'm so glad it was a great weekend, Leslie. Really, really happy to hear that. And so what we are doing is we're going to, at least this week and a couple of weeks, try. We're going to start doing, normally we will do this on Sunday, last night, but tonight we're doing it Monday. We're going to spend 1 hour and we're going to do the secret prompts during that 1 hour. And then you will have the entire week up until 11:59 p.m. the next Saturday to write whatever the requirements of that prompt are. If you're already in the society, it will count towards your minimum 1 poem prompt a month. If you're not in the society and you do it, you'll be in the society. And then you'll be able to write to the other prompts that we have and be read and such. The way it's going to work is whoever writes to the prompt will compile the list, and hopefully there will be more than 5 people writing, but we will pick our top 5 favorites of who've written. Now, we're not going to pick who is necessarily the best in form or who uses the largest words. We're going to pick who moves us the most. Do you make us laugh? Do you make us really sad? Do you make us angry? How do you feel our emotions when we read your poetry? How does it overcome us? How does it taste? How does it sound? That's our requirements. We just want to be moved, as does everybody who reads poetry, right? And so we'll pick our 5 favorite. Those 5 favorite will get read the next Sunday in our favorites live. And that is when we'll release the new prompts for the following week. The 5 favorites will get extra perks and certificates and different things as because they're the quote-unquote favorite of the week. And everybody else will be read Monday. If you enter the prompt, you're going to get read, whether you're the favorite or not. You will get read. You will still have your poems put up on the page. You're still going to get everything that we already do. It's just we're trying to introduce a little bit of friendly competition. A little bit of friendly competition often will elevate people's poetry. It gives that little bit of jive, right? Like you're working towards something, and that can make it enjoyable. So we want to try that out and see how it works. And because it is just 1 hour, it will be easier for people to participate in and do. We think anyway. And so, with that said, we're going to release the first part of tonight's prompt. Tonight's prompt is going to be released in 3 parts. You're going to get the first line tonight that must be included right now. Then you'll get the second line a little bit later, and then you'll get the requirements for the prompt at the end of the live. There's something I am missing saying. Oh, the lines. The lines cannot be chopped up. They must be used in their complete sentence structure. You cannot change them. You cannot divide them up. They must be used complete within the prompt rules. And so we will be leaving this video up for 48 hours, so you can come back and watch it. You'll hear the prompt. You do not have to send a DM to VJHD to get the words. You're going to hear them in the, hi Ash, you're going to hear them in the video. So it's right there. After 48 hours, that should be enough time for anybody who wants to watch it to be able to watch it. The video is going to get turned private, and it will not be available for the rest of the time that the prompt is due. You write your prompts, we do the live, and then the video will go back up live once the new prompts come out. The verb tense cannot be changed. What do you think, Overlord? Can we change the verb tense? That seems fair. Or do we do the extra challenge of keeping the verb tense there? Oh, Leslie says, dude, the verb tense cannot be changed. Well, it looks like Leslie just overruled us, Overlord, and put it 2 in favor of no, it cannot. So, oh, I thought you were asking. Okay, well, thank you, Leslie, for pointing that out. I was trying to be very kind and a little bit nicer. Well, the Overlord is trying to overrule us. Okay, so the verb tense cannot be changed. However, if you do the golden ticket, you can change the verb tense according to the Overlord. So it depends on if you go extra or not. If you go extra, you can change it. If you don't go extra, you cannot in this particular prompt. And that's because of what the golden ticket is, according to the Overlord. So have we confused y'all enough yet? Ash says, I agree. No change. Make it harder. What do you think, invisible person out there not watching and not listening? No, I'm kidding. But no change on the verb tense. And I'll repeat that at the end when I give the rest of the prompt rules, because y'all don't even know what you're having to write yet. So the first line that you must include within your poem, prose, or, so that's another thing. You can write a poem. Well, I'll tell you that at the end too, I guess, because that would be part of the prompt rules, wouldn't it? So the first line that you must include, thank you for the clarity, right? So much clarity. This has been super clear. So Angelique, The first line that you must include is, raging hysteria tickles the fancy out of bored provocateurs. And the Overlord will write it down there so y'all can see it exactly. But I'll repeat, the first line that must be included is, raging hysteria tickles the fancy out of bored provocateurs. And with that said, I'll give y'all a second to write that down. And then we are going into some poetry. And for tonight's poetry, the participants who watched the last live yesterday had 4 words they got to use. And the 4 words that had to be used in tonight's poems, prose, or short story is gruesome, calmly, dalliance, and eerie. Are those not incredible words? Oh, just makes your heartbeat go pitter patter. I love those words. Love those words. And if you wanted to do the golden ticket, you then, on top of that, or including that, had to write a love letter using those 4 words to your favorite monster. The 4 words had to be 20 lines if you were just doing the words alone, and if you were doing it to your favorite monster, I believe you had to do 30 lines. I think is what it was. It would help if I looked it up, wouldn't it? Ash says, cheese and crackers. Is that not a great line? You like it, don't you, Ash? I know you do. Or are you wanting some wine with those cheese and crackers? But I like that line. I think it's a pretty cool line. So, shall we get our poetry on? Because we are first reading a poem that, as soon as Ms. Leslie told us what she was going to write us about, I was like, ah! Leslie says, yes, it was 30 lines for the love letter. Oh. And Leslie Nashabella on both Instagram and, well, you know what? I should actually say these people who wrote tonight are from the Society of Secretly Puuurrfect Poets. And that is what all of these prompts are for. If you want to get into the society, you have to write to one of our secret prompts to be able to get in. And then once you're in, as long as you write one prompt poem a month, you stay in and you have access to the different prompts and the things we do, and the incredible people who are members of the society, because there are some fantastic people in there. Everybody has their own poetry voice. It's so much fun, or I think it's fun, to get to read everybody's poetry, because everybody comes from different places and has different flavor, and you never know what's going to happen with a poem. And that's just exciting. Like, you put this prompt out there, and never, not once, not a single time in every single prompt we've done has anybody in the society written in the same style as each other or in the same subject matter as each other. Everybody has pulled from their own special places and wrote their own unique poems with their own unique voice. And that is exciting to me to read. That just... it makes me happy. It's like opening a mystery book every single day and you're like, what is this? Ooh, what is it? Oh, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. And Leslie says 16 lines for the regular and 30 lines for the love poem. I should have looked that up, but it's already been done. So yeah. Overlord says, I just panicked and checked my lines thinking I forgot to make it long enough, and it's 60 lines. I haven't read the Overlords yet. It's going to be a cold read for me. But this was exciting. And Leslie says, last night Leslie was all squeaky cackling and like, oh! And she says, can I make it about Cerberus? And I was like, what? Yes, please do, Leslie. And she did. She did. Oh, that hound. Might be the one doggy in existence that I like. No, I'm kidding. I like all animals, but I prefer kitty cats. But this one, so this is Nasha Bella over on Instagram and Nasha Bella on YouTube. Follow her. And she wrote a letter to Cerberus. Dearest Cerberus, my hound of Hades' underworld, in shadows you thrive, and are a creature who brings me bliss. With your 3 heads so gruesome, a fearsome sight, my heart is drawn to your eerie body with delight. The lines between light and darkness you blur, and I find myself ensnared in the ethereal allure of your presence. With each step you take, the ground trembles beneath your lion claws, personifying both beauty and terror, a juxtaposition that fuels the fire within my soul. My calmly human form, in awe of how you are adorned with a dragon tail that ignites my passion. As I gaze upon you, I am mesmerized by the serpents that slither in your mane and hiss as they cascade down your back. They synthesize the secrets and mysteries that you protect. Magnificent gatekeeper of the barrier between life and the underworld, in your watchful eyes, I glimpse the depths of despair in your soul. You, my arresting death daemon, are the warden of my darkest longings. They are both thrilling and intoxicating. With each howl that escapes your 3 mouths, our hearts began to beat in unison as I yearn for the forbidden dalliance that only you can offer. Cerberus, my love for you burns with a fervor forbidden. Cerberus, my love for you burns with a fervor that cannot be quenched. In the land of the dead, let my spirit stay. Allow me your fierce love that is twisted yet pure. In these lines, I declare my adoration to you, dearest hound, and pledge my love to you. Cerberus, what a consuming kiss. Let us taste the brilliance of affinity. Yours, eternally condemned, Nasha Bella. Ah! Golden ticket heartthrob. What? Overlord, Leslie did that thing we were talking about that we should do. Leslie did it. We didn't do it, but Leslie did it. Ah, love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, and all those S's. Oof. All those S's slithering throughout that. Hissing, slithering, despair, resting. Us. The repetition of that, I love it. I love the way that you played with everything. That he is. You described him gorgeously. Ash says, yes, fireworks and claps. And Leslie says, my first golden ticket. Well, I am sure that doggy will be happy. Da, 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 da. Yay! Yes. Oh, I'm happy. My darkest longings, the despair of the depths of despair in your soul. Oh, I love the way that you drift between the almost hard description of him, because you brought in harder sounds when describing him, and then when speaking about your longing and your desire, you brought in those S's and the M's. Very sensual, very sensuous, yet while not denying that darkness, not turning away from what makes him him. It was gorgeous. Love it, Leslie. Love it. And as Ash says, congrats, beautiful owl. Welcome to the club. Wink, wink. And Overlord says, oh my goddess, it's her first golden ticket. Yes, yes. Brilliant. Love it. Makes me happy. Happy, happy. The next one's a golden ticket too. Overlord, did you do a golden ticket? I have not looked at yours. I did not. Am I the only one who didn't? I wanted to. My head just was not in the right place for it. I'm upset because I really wanted to. I liked this prompt a lot. But next, get out of my wants, is we have the nature underscore of Ash. He wrote 2 poems, the nature underscore of Ash. And so for the normal poem, I will be a lone person. Oh, ooh. Oh, I'm excited to read that. Okay, so the nature underscore of Ash. Pad kid poured curd, pulled cod, a Dalliance nod. I've heard Ash read this, and I am scared to try. I am scared to try. And she read it so perfect. And as I was listening to her read it and heard all the tongue twisting alliteration within it and consonants within it, I was like, oh, I am going to screw this up so bad. I wanted to say, Ash, did you do this just to twist my tongue? But dude, yes, Leslie says, yes, she wrote 2. Dude is awesome. The dude is so awesome. Like, dude, 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 dude. That is me apologizing for what I'm about to do. So, dude, the nature underscore of Ash. Pad kid poured curd, pulled cod, a Dalliance nod. Once, Dalliance was a real bad kid, keeping all the rocks in his room hid. Milk split soured, carpet had to be scoured, and eerie green blooming had flowered. From PB&J poured the mold 'cause it was old. Earlier curdled curd smelt of rotting cod. The smell, a gross face slapping bold, knelt for fishy fragrance found really odd. Perhaps the escape plan was really flawed. The story shared as a Dalliance nod. So back to cleaning room glumly, facing the odors not so comely. Pulled out Gruesome eat-in chicken, out from under the bed, I'm told, off of the plate to which it was sticking, next to the hot pocket now gone cold. That day, man, lunch wasn't so good, but fewer truer tales are told from this South Side hood. Oh, Ash says only the title is twisty. Dude, no, dude, you made me say fishy fragrance found. Fishy fragrance found. Do you have any idea how hard that is? Fishy fragrance found and curdled curd smelt. Curdled curd, Ash. Curdled curd. No, it was not an easy read. But I got it. Thank goodness you read it first. So yay me, yay you, and wow. I'm poking fun at the word choices and stuff because they were hard to say. But dude, your poem is hard. Like it's a rough poem. It's one of those poems that when you read it, you're like, oh, that's cool with the words. But then when you slow down, Leslie says the wordplay, yes. But then when you slow down and get over the fancy wordplay to actually hear what the words are saying, you're like, oh, hell, that hits hard. Really, really hard. And when you're picturing what the words say, milk spilt soured, carpet had to be scoured. At first, you don't think much about it. Ash says, I'm back, baby. You're back, yes. You don't think much about spilt milk until you think, oh, wait a minute, it's soured. It had to be there for a bit. An eerie green bloom had flowered. That has to be there for a bit. PB&J poured the mold because it was old. earlier curdled curd smelt of rotting cod. I mean, over and over every single line, even though as you're reading it, because of the wordplay, you're going, oh, cool wordplay. But then when you really break it down, you go, wait a minute, this is not a pretty picture being painted at all. This isn't a fun picture being painted. Um, so that was really clever. And then the very end, but fewer true tales are told from this South Side hood. And Overlord says, well done, Ash. Got Angelique rambling again. I'm not rambling. I am saying this is a freaking phenomenal poem. Freaking phenomenal poem. And I like that in the Dalliance nod, that and the incredible rhyming and the incredible rhythm and the incredible wordplay that distracts you from the seriousness of the subject. It's a smart poem, and I like it. It makes it stick in your head because of these rhythms and the playfulness and the banter, and it hides the ugly realness of the poem. And I have a thing for those kinds of poems because I think they have more impact. So I am saying, dude, I'm going to have to figure out a dude for Bite Me Overlord. No, I'm kidding. But dude. And so for the golden ticket, Ash, golden ticket, wrote, is it cruel? Sinking into you, it seems cruel to call you monster. If I let you, it's your heart I feel fester. Feigning aloof, yet feeling kilns intensity. Softer taste taint edges tragic duality. Long time a red leash sequester. How I recognize your propensity to torture. Heat felt from your stories, every one a scorcher. Dalliance not kept in clamoring normality. Is it cruel to call you a monster? Over the years, I've lingered too long. With claws and fangs, you wail your song. I stayed, hypnotized, as you burned. Sweaty nights held captive, for escape I yearned. But is it cruel to call you a monster? How dare you appear an itch of zoster suddenly in my space, stealing thin air, you, an eerie effigy of brutality. But is it cruel to call you monster? Swaddled, burning blanket smells gruesome and wrong. Calmly growls become strikes with a gong. These scars in and out I have earned. I stay hypnotized as you burned. Claws and fangs wail your song. Is it cruel to call you monster? Painting kindness with every gesture, attempting to heal in every venture, keeping you close is not practicality as I foster a sense of morality. Is it cruel to call you monster? Taking lead into this tango, ever the jester, inner child whispers, all it's cost her. Perhaps in facing her morality, she clings, defining the sounds of vitality. Yet still, I hear her call you monster. Reconciliation attempts not to prolong, changing the tune of the droning throng, daring not to waste a moment spurned where once the shame she squirmed. Smoothing back the pages, written strong, it's not with pride. I call you monster. With all I can muster, right or wrong, this letter reaffirms. I've known all along. The search, leaving no stone unturned, recognition of soul is what I've learned. Though claws and fangs wail your song, now with love, I call you monster. Well, the overlord should be pleased that I rambled before, because now I'm speechless. Dude. Yeah, I'm speechless. I'll go to the technical. That'll help me for a bit. I enjoy the way that you played with the rhyme throughout it, and the words that you used in the rhyming, the intensity, duality, normality are quite cool. Sequester, fester. You did not go for easy words. Torture, scorcher. Um, really cool choices. But I don't want to stick with the technical because the poem is so freaking incredible. Um, Everybody, Overlord's giving starry eyes and clapping. Everybody's kind of in silence. Aves is saying fire. Aves! Uh, I love that repetition of the claws and fangs. Well, your song. Suki says, two amazing poems, Ash. Wow. Hi, Suki. And Richard says, hi. Um, yeah, you're just, wow. And I love the line, calmly growls, becomes strikes with a gong. Beautiful growls become strikes with a gong. The scars in and out I have earned. Every single line of this just builds and builds and builds as you create this conversation with who you're speaking to. And you hint at it so strong throughout. Even in the line, taking lead in this tango, ever the jester, inner child whispers, all its coster. Perhaps in facing her mortality, she clings, defining the sounds of vitality, yet still I hear her call you monster. I mean, it's just above and beyond amazing. You did, Richard. You really did. You're going to have to go back and watch. And Ash says, thanks, guys. Leslie says, how dare you appear an itch of zoster? Even shingles become beautiful betwixt all the lines. And everybody's saying hello to Suki and back and forth. And Richard says, Ash is on point today with her magic. She is. She really is. I kind of want to read it again. You have to. I mean, it was both of her poems, Leslie's as well. But dude, I'm so speechless. I'm Ash and I have talk, and so I'm about to talk to Ash. And if y'all don't speak, dude, I just apologize. But dude, 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 dude. And that was the nature of Ash. And with that, we're moving on to the second part of We Don't Know, Richard. Where is it? We're moving on to the second part of the prompt, which this is another line that you must use. Dude, right, Aves? Yes. And so for this second line that you must use in your poem that you write for us, again, just like the first one that is up above that you'll hear, it must be used in its complete line. You cannot change the tense unless you end up doing the golden ticket. And so Overlord says, my internet dropped out and I lost you for like 3 minutes. That sucks. And Ash is like, well, dude. Um, Leslie says, all the dudes replaced emojis. And Richard says, or basketball? Dude. So here we go. This is your second line that you must use in the poem. And the Overlord will also write it down for you so you can see it. I see that. The Overlord will write it down. Misspoke in the candor of a leaping February moon. Misspoke in the candor of a leaping February moon. So you have to use the first line that came out at the beginning, and you have to use this line. And you'll find out what the prompts are after we finish the rest of the poems. So both of those must be used in their complete structure within the poem's prose or short story that you write. And next, we have, I don't want to go after that one. And next we have mine. And that's from The Breath of Daydreams. And mine's a song, but I am not singing it. I will add it to Harry's folder and let Harry sing it when he comes back. Oh, I wonder if I can do that. Since he's karaoke, if just everybody who writes a song, I can just drop it in the Harry folder and he can just sing away. I'll have to look into my rules on that one. So this is The Waltz of Never. Beyond the gruesome light of day, where shadows scrape to draft a stay, I became, I withdrew, I did flay my hooray, just to steep in his charming grin. You can't do that. Okay, I gotta start over. That was not nice. That was not nice. I'm starting over. The Waltz of Never. Beyond the gruesome light of day, where shadows scrape to draft a stay, I became, I withdrew, I did flay my hooray, just to steep in his charming grin. It might have been once, but it surely was twice. The dalliance we stirred, now corrupted in vice. Our plot, never stolen, was to cheat paradise, but the compass we held kept on twirling. We danced the dance of life's demise. In death's embrace we spun on lies. Through the notes of despair in an eerie soiree, beyond the valley of lust, our minds fled to decay. In his voice I heard stardust fizzle a boon. With his words my enamored soul curtsied a swoon. In joint rhapsody through the night we'd commune, just me and my shadow, once calmly. Time ticks on twisted to rhythms turned bleak. Every step we mistook become torture to seek. Be wary, be brave, but keep your voice meek. To the shadows we must sweep this story. We danced the dance of life's demise. In death's embrace we spun on lies. Though the notes of despair in an eerie soiree, beyond the valley of lust, our minds fled to decay. So that was me. And what I like about mine is that it's finished. And next, we have The Overlord. And that is VJHD.writer on both Instagram and YouTube. And the Overlord has took us back into the Who world. Aves is laughing. Sorry, Aves. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. And so the Overlord has taken us back into Doctor Who land. And this is called A Dalliance with Silence. Click, click, clackety, click, click. What an eerie sound. Is that a costume? Such a gruesome look. Clackety click, click. Click, click, clackety click, click. Have I seen this guy before? How could I forget him so quickly? Such a gruesome look. Clackety click, click. Click, click, clackety click, click. He seems to be getting closer. I swear I saw him earlier. Such a gruesome look. Clackety click, click. Click, click, clackety click, click. A calmly hand he holds. Does he think I would come closer? Such a gruesome look. Clackety click, click. Click, click, clackety click, click. Seriously, I think I'm going mad. Is that a costume? Such a gruesome look. Clackety click, click. Click, click, clackety click, click. Whoa, how did he get so close? Did I space out? Have I been drugged? Such a gruesome look. Clackety click, click. Click, click, clackety click, click. I really don't know about this sound. Look, an overture before my demise. Such a gruesome look. Clackety click, click. Click, click, clackety click, click. I think I've known you all my life. Are you here for me? Is it my time? Such a gruesome look. Clackety click, click. Click, click, clackety click, click. I don't want to go. Are you here because you love me? Such a gruesome look. Clackety click, click. Click, click, clackety click, click. Are you a voice in my head? Are you me? Am I you? Such a gruesome look. Clackety click, click. Click, click, clackety click, click. I think I was sleeping. Where did you go? Why don't you stay? You are all I know, my gruesome monster. Clackety click, click. Click, click, clackety click, click. All I hear is you. Is that blue lightning in slow motion? My dalliance with silence. Clackety. Overlord asks, should I explain what the silence is? How do you explain what the silence is? Um, Ash says, very nice as she moves right along. That's right, Ash. And as the reader, I'm allowed to do that. If somebody else reads my poetry, they can do whatever they want on the explanation, but I'm the reader, and so I can say, zip it. Overlord says, if it helps, this is a monster on Doctor Who, and when you turn away from the monster, you forget that you saw him or anything about him. But when you see him again, your memory is returned while looking at him. And Richard says, all this clicking sound is like my joints when I try to exercise. And Ash says, oh, okay, thank you, Overlord. And Richard says, brilliant storytelling, Overlord. Yes, so wonderful job, Overlord. I like the click, click, clackety, click, click. They're long fingers. And also what the Overlord didn't tell you is in the spoilers in the show, they take to writing on their skin with black lines so that they can see when they actually see him. And they end up seeing them so much, they're just covered in all these black marks, like hundreds upon hundreds of them. So you've seen this thing, this creature over and over and over and over and over again, but have zero memory of it. And it's horrifying every single time. Oh, great storyline. That was a great season. Suki says, really cool. And Leslie says, such a great use of sound. Yes, yes. So this was amazing. Thank you. Yay! And that ends everybody who read these prompts. So now we are going to give the final part of the secret prompt for this week. So the rules for this prompt for this week, and you have until 11:59. Aves is clapping. You have until 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time this upcoming Saturday to get it to us. You have to use both of the lines that we have already given you. And then it has to be, if you just want to do the prompt to either stay in the society or get in the society, Your poem has to be 20 lines long. It can be a poem, prose, or a short story that's 5,000 words or less. But it has to be a minimum of 20 lines long. Those lines have to be at least 3 words each. If you want to go for the golden ticket, then you have to write an argument. You would have to write an argument back and forth between 2 people for the purpose of having an argument. And the inspiration is from The Argument Clinic by Monty Python. So you can't just have an argument. You have to be having an argument about the purpose of having an argument and use the 2 lines. And it has to be, I believe we said that the golden ticket one version of it has to be 50 lines. So 20 lines for the easy way, 50 lines for the gold ticket, and that crazy argument thing. Yes, the lines can be separate, Leslie. They're separate lines. They just have to be used in their complete sentence as individuals, but they can be separate. And we will send the link out to the chat to everybody that's in the society if y'all want to come watch it, so that y'all can watch this, and then everybody else is on their own to come find it. But it will be up for 48 hours. After 48 hours, I will be putting it into private so that nobody can see it until we finish and we release the next week's. Out of everybody who writes to this, the top 5 will be our favorite. They will be who are read on next Sunday's live. It will be a favorites live. That's when the prompts will get released again, and that's how we're going to do it. Prompts will be the top 5 favorite who we read, and a release of prompts. Everybody else will be read the next day. They're going to get certificates and various things, little special, your specials. Ash says, so it is the 20 line, then another, or straight for the gold. You can go straight for the gold as 50, but your whole poem must be the argument based upon the argument clinic. And so it's 2 people that are arguing back and forth about the purpose of having an argument. So it cannot just be a straight up argument. It's a complicated prompt. It well deserves the golden ticket if you pull it off. But if you don't want to go for the golden ticket, you just do the 20 lines using the 2 lines. But Ash, you are welcome to do both if you want to. So with that said, that brings us the end to this live. We hope that you will return as I start up another live. There's 20-something poets that we're going to be reading. Every single freaking one of them has written something spectacular, and we're going to be reading them. So we hope you'll join us and encourage those poets. And thank you for coming to this one. I really hope each of you write to it, because I think this could be some cool poetry. And we'll see how it goes. May your paws stay inky. Bye. And this is where the outro music comes in, because apparently y'all have like a 30-second delay, and nobody likes me just cutting off with the chat. So da-da-da-da. Just watch me ramble and make crazy music if you're watching the video back. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Somebody say goodbye so I know that y'all have seen me say goodbye. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I think that's enough. Surely you've seen me say goodbye by now. Bye.